Today, we're digging into Ruskin Bond's incredible short story, The Thief's Story. It's a really simple tale on the surface, but it asks a huge question. Can a single moment of trust totally change the course of someone's life? Let's break it all down.
So, let's get right to the heart of it. The whole story revolves around this central question. We're following a young kid who, hey, he's not shy about it, he's a pretty good thief. But his entire world gets turned upside down when he meets his next target. And that's what sets the stage for this amazing transformation. All right, so our story kicks off with a thief on the lookout for his next mark. He thinks he's found the perfect, easy target in a guy named Anil. But, as you can probably guess, this whole thing is going to be anything but simple. Okay, so you've really got to get the dynamic between these two characters. On one side, we have Hari Singh, and yeah, that's a fake name. He's only 15, but don't let that fool you. He's already a seasoned pro at stealing. And his target? That's Anil, a 25-year-old writer who just seems kind of easygoing, kind, and maybe a little naive. To Hari, he looks like the absolute perfect unsuspecting victim. Now, Hari's main weapon, it isn't a knife or anything like that. It's his smile. He calls it his appealing smile, and he uses it to completely disarm people, to win them over. This isn't just a friendly grin. It's the tool he uses. It's a calculated part of his whole operation.
And this first conversation, it just sets the tone for everything. Hari goes up to Anil and says he wants to work for him. But Anil, being a struggling writer, is like, sorry, I can't pay you. So Hari has to think fast. He lies and says he can cook. Anil figures, okay, if you can cook, I can feed you. And just like that, their whole strange arrangement starts, all based on a lie.
So this deal for just room and board, it quickly turns into something so much bigger. It becomes this totally unexpected education for Hari, and it really starts to change how he sees the world. And this right here, this is a major, major turning point. Hari's first attempt at cooking is a complete disaster. But does Anil kick him out? Nope. Instead, he starts teaching him. He teaches him how to cook properly, how to write his name, and pretty soon he's teaching him how to write whole sentences and even do math. Anil is offering him more than just food. He's offering him the key to a completely different kind of life. So they get into this daily rhythm, Hari makes tea in the morning, goes out to buy the day's supplies, and yeah, he admits he's skimming a little money, about ₹1 a day off the top. He's pretty sure Anil knows about it, but Anil never says a thing. In fact, his trust is so complete that he even gives Hari a key to the room. I mean, think about that. For Hari, this is a huge realization. It's like a light bulb goes on. This whole idea of getting an education opens up a new universe for him. He starts to get it, that being a smart, respected person could get him so much more than stealing ever could. The seeds of change are definitely being planted.
But despite this bond that's growing between them and this promise of a new future, you gotta remember, Hari is still a thief deep down. And when a real chance to make a big score comes along, all his old instincts just kick in, and it leads straight to a moment of betrayal.
And this is it. This is the moment Hari has been waiting for. Anil finally comes into some real money. That night, Hari watches him tuck a bundle of cash under his mattress. The temptation is just sitting there, right in front of him, forcing him to make a choice between his old life of crime and this new life he's starting to imagine.
You can just picture the scene, can't you? It's dark, Anil is sleeping peacefully, and Hari's hand just slides under the mattress. He grabs the notes and slips out of the room without making a single sound. He's putting his plan into motion.
And we are not talking about a small amount of cash here. He counts it, 600 rupees. For a kid like Hari, that's a fortune. He imagines he could live like an oil-rich Arab for a week or two. This is the big one. This is the score he's been working towards.
So he's got the money, and he's got a plan. It's simple. Run to the station, catch the 10:30 express train to Lucknow, and just disappear. The escape seems totally foolproof. But when that moment of truth finally comes, when he's standing there and the train is literally pulling away from the platform, something inside him just shifts. Let's really get into this internal conflict he's having. The train is right there. It's moving slowly enough that he could easily just jump on. But he doesn't. He just stands there. And for a reason he can't even really explain to himself, he lets it go. And suddenly, he's all alone on this empty platform with a pocket full of stolen money. So why? What happened? And this is where it all hits him. He thinks about how other people react when they get robbed. Fear, anger, whatever. But he knows Anil is different. Anil won't be mad about the money. He'll just be sad. sad about the trust that's been broken. And that thought, man, that thought is way heavier than any guilt he's ever felt before.
So, in that moment, he's weighing his options. On one hand, you've got the 600 rupees, which gives him a little bit of freedom for a week or two. But on the other hand, there's the chance to learn how to read and write whole sentences. That's not just an education, that's a future. The chance to be a clever, respected man, which is something way, way bigger than just being a successful thief.
He makes this choice, and that decision leads us to the final part of the story, which is this quiet, unbelievably powerful conclusion that's all about silent forgiveness.
So, he starts walking back through the cold November rain, totally nervous. And he has this thought that it's actually much harder to return something you've stolen without getting caught than it is to steal it in the first place. He manages to quietly open the door and slips the now damped bundle of notes right back under Anil's mattress.
Okay, this is the moment of truth. The next morning, Anil is already awake. He holds out a 50-rupee note to Hari and tells him he's going to get paid regularly now. But as Hari takes the money, he feels it. The note is still damp from the rain. And that one little detail says everything, doesn't it? The damp note is proof. Anil knows. He knows the money was taken, and he knows it was put back. But he doesn't yell. He doesn't punish him. Instead, he just says, today we'll start writing sentences. It's this incredible, unspoken act of forgiveness. It's a second chance.
And that really brings us to our final question. This story seems to suggest that maybe true forgiveness isn't about saying, I forgive you. For Anil, it was a quiet, trusting action. It was a choice to look past the betrayal and invest in someone's potential to change. It's just a powerful reminder of how one single act of trust can truly transform a life.